Welcome to Great Guitarist of the Rock Era. Today we're breaking down the secret sauce of one of rock's greatest guitarists, Keith Richards. From his influences to his unmistakable playing style, plus a chronological dive into every Stones US albums, we'll highlight the key tracks that defined rock history. So grab your guitar and let's dive in. But before we get started, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more stories. Keith Richards was born December 18, 1943 in Dartford, Kent. Keith received his first guitar from his grandfather, who showed him the basics of his first song, Malagueña. Richards worked diligently to learn the guitar. Keith Richards wasn't just born to rock, he helped to invent it. Keith's influences: Chuck Berry. Keith credits Chuck's riffs as the blueprint for everything he did. Songs like Johnny B. Good introduced him to what the guitar playing could feel like. Then there was Muddy Waters. Keith dug deep into Chicago blues with Rolling Stone, a song that inspired the band's very name. Keith has stated, "I was obsessed. Chuck and Muddy taught me the truth about music. And man, that truth was loud." Other influences: Scotty Moore, Elvis's guitarist. Richards absorbed Scotty's precision and cool swagger. Mix all that, and you've got the ingredients for a riff machine. Okay, let's talk style. What makes Keith Richards so unique? Three things: open tunings, rhythm over leads, and raw simplicity. First up, open G tuning. Keith's magic comes from removing the low E string and tuning to G, D, G, B, D. It's how he gets that chunky, jangly sound in tracks like Start Me Up and Honky Tonk Woman. Second, rhythm. Keith isn't about shredding solos, he's a riff architect. His guitar becomes part of the groove. Listen to Tumbling Dice or Satisfaction, it's all about the pocket, feel, and the weaving of the guitar parts. And finally, simplicity. Richard strips it down to the essentials. He's proof that great guitar isn't about notes per second, it's about the right notes. All right, now let's jump into the music. The Stones started as blues purists, and Keith's guitar carried that raw energy. English newest hit makers in 1964 with the key track, Route 66. You can hear him channel Chuck Berry laying down that driving rhythm. Also in 1964, they released 12 by 5 with Time Is On My Side. The Rolling Stones Now was released in 1965 and included Heart of Stone. Out of Our Heads would be released in July of 1965 and included Satisfaction with Richard's iconic guitar riff driving the song. December's Children was released in December of 1965 and included Get Off of My Cloud and As Tears Go By. Aftermath would be released in 1966 and would be the first album with all songs written by Jagger and Richards. It included Paint It Black and Under My Thumb. Between the Buttons would be released in 1967 and included Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday. In December of 1967, the Stones released the self-produced Their Satanic Majesty's Request, which included 2,000 Light Years from Home and She's a Rainbow. Beggar's Banquet in 1968 with the tracks Street Fighting Man with Keith's acoustic guitar recorded loud and distorted, punk rock before punk existed, and Sympathy for the Devil. Let It Bleed in 1969 with my favorite Stones song, Gimme Shelter, with that haunting riff, and You Can't Always Get What You Want. Sticky Fingers in 1971 with Brown Sugar with Open G tuning Heaven. It also included Can't You Hear Me Knockin'. Exile on Main Street 1972 included Rocks Off and Tumbling Dice. The whole album is Keith's dirty, beautiful chaos. Even as the world changed, Keith stayed true 1973's Goat Head Soup gave us Angie and Heartbreaker. 1974 would bring It's Only Rock and Roll with the title track, It's Only Rock and Roll, but I Like It. Black and Blue followed in 1976 with Fool to Cry. Some Girls in 1978 brought disco-infused riffs like Miss You and Shattered, along with Beast of Burden. Emotional Rescue in 1980 included the title track and She's So Cold. 1981's Tattoo You delivered Waiting on a Friend and Start Me Up, Keith's last great riff of the 20th century. 1983's Undercover included Undercover of the Night. Dirty Work was released in 1986, included One Hit to the Body, another one of my favorites, and Harlem Shuffle. Keith would release his first solo album, Talk is Cheap, with the band he assembled, The Expensive Winos. E-Track, Take It So Hard. Steel Wheels was released in 1989 and included Rock in a Hard Place and Mixed Emotions. Keith would release his second solo album, Main Offender, in 1992 and included the track Wicked as It Seems. The Stones might have mellowed, but Keith's guitar still roars. Check out Voodoo Lounge from 1994 with Love is Strong, or 1997's Bridges to Babylon with Saint of Me. A Bigger Bang in 2005 included Rough Justice and Streets of Love. Richard's third solo album, Cross-Eyed Heart, was released in 2015 and included the track Trouble. The Stones released Blue and Lonesome in 2016, which was a full return to their blues roots. The Stones would release their most recent album in 2023 with Hackney Diamonds, which included the track Angry. From Chuck Berry's student to rock's riff master, Keith Richards is the heart of the Rolling Stones. His playing is raw, simple, and immortal. So next time you pick up a guitar, remember, don't think it, just channel your inner Keith and let it rip. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for more deep dives into guitar legends. Which Stones track is your favorite? Drop it in the comments. And until next time, keep rocking.